Millhaven, Ohio, 4,000 people. Wednesday, November. My name is Billy, 17 years old. Every morning, 7:10, bus 12, seat 7 on the left. Jenna Pruitt 3 rows ahead. Uncle Ted behind the wheel with a hazelnut coffee in the cup holder. This isn't a schedule, it's a law of physics. I wasn't sleeping, hadn't been sleeping for weeks. But that's a different story and nobody's asking. 4:48 a.m. My phone was face up on the windowsill, screen cracked down the middle. Last bar of battery, white numbers, 4:48, then nothing. Dead screen. That's when the bus came down the street. Yellow. School bus yellow. That specific aggressive color that only exists on institutional vehicles and crime scene tape. Number 12. Every light burning. Running lights, roof markers, lit up like a carnival float with nowhere to be. Moving west to east instead of east to west. The morning route in reverse. Like someone had hit rewind on the whole day. Too slow. Buses don't move like that. Things move like that in dreams when physics gets polite and stops enforcing itself. I told myself, different bus, different district, same paint, same numbering, county contract, all standardized. My brain at 5 in the morning was filling in blanks that weren't there. Then I looked at the windows. Every seat occupied. Silhouette sitting perfectly still, not the way kids sit on school buses, loud and throwing things. Still like bolts, still like exhibits. Except one. Seat 7, left side. That one was turned around, looking up at my window. I didn't tell anyone. I built a container in my head, put the whole thing inside it, closed the lid, and waited. The container held for exactly 72 hours. Wednesday night, I set an alarm for 4:30. Woke up at 4:15 on my own and sat by the window like a hunter at the tree line. This time I was ready. I was going to prove to myself it was nothing. 4:48, from the east. Same lights, same impossible speed. Dead slow, drifting. Every silhouette in place. And in seat 7, turned. I grabbed my jacket. My feet were already on the stairs before my head had made any decision. Hit the front porch. November cold punched me in the face, metallic and wet. The specific misery of Ohio in late fall. The bus was still on the block. I ran down to the sidewalk, close enough to read the number plate, close enough to see the crack in the rear running light housing, the same crack I'd seen every single morning from the outside. This was bus 12. This was my bus. Inside, dark, not dim, dark with weight to it, dark with density. But the silhouettes were there. 15 shapes in rows, motionless. And in seat 7, the figure was facing me through the glass. A dark oval where a face should be. And a hand, pressed flat against the inside of the window, fingers spread wide. A palm print in the condensation. Hey, stop. My voice came out wrong, too thin. The air took most of it before it reached anything. The bus didn't stop. It floated past at the same unhurried pace. Like it hadn't heard me. Like it didn't need to. Just peachy. Ted Garza had been driving bus 12 for 11 years. I caught him doing his pre-trip walk-around. I tried to sound casual about it. Ted, do the buses go out at night at all? Maintenance runs, repositioning, anything like that?
Not from this lot. We pull in by 11. Keys go in the lockbox. Gate gets padlocked. I check it myself every morning.
I just thought I saw one on Sycamore.
Sycamore's not on any route out of here after hours. And 12 hasn't left this lot between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. in 11 years. You sleeping okay, kid?
I said yes. I said fine. I said thanks. Walked to the bus. Took seat 7. Jenna ahead of me. Ted's radio. Everything perfectly, clinically normal. I didn't look at the window. On the 4th night, I went outside and stood in the middle of the street. Not at the window, not behind glass. On the asphalt, at 4:40, no phone. If this thing was coming back, it was going to have to deal with me directly. 4:48. From the east, the lights. The sound was wrong. Not a diesel engine, a low resonance, almost below the range of hearing. You don't hear it. You feel it in your back teeth. I stood in the center of the road. The bus came straight at me and did not slow down. Headlights hit me full in the face. I threw my arm up against the glare and looked at the windshield. Driver's seat empty. Steering wheel still. Ted's cup holder empty. Nobody behind the wheel. And yet the bus held its course, held its speed, held the route with mechanical certainty. Absolutely peachy. The bus pulled level with me, and the window at seat 7 was 1 foot from my face. It had my face. Not a reflection. The silhouette in seat 7 had turned completely. And in the thin spillover of the headlights, I saw a face built from my own features. Same jaw, same forehead, same expression I wear when I don't know I'm being watched. But smoothed over. The details filed down, like someone had erased the pencil lines but left the shape. A copy assembled from a second-hand description. Something that had never been alive. It pressed its hand against the glass. Fingers spread, and it smiled. With a mouth that had too many degrees of movement. What are you? The bus passed. I spun around and watched the taillights shrink west into nothing. Then my legs made their own decision, and I was on my knees in the middle of Sycamore Street, both hands flat on the asphalt, pressing down just to feel something solid and real and certain. From behind me, from the direction of my house, came a sound, a hand, pressing against glass from the inside, my bedroom window. 3 weeks since then. I ride bus 12 every morning. Seat 7. Jenna ahead of me. Ted's country station on the radio. Everything on schedule. I don't sit by my bedroom window anymore. Push the chair against the wall. I tell my mom it's better for my back. She doesn't ask. This morning, Jenna turned around, first time all year, to hand me back a pencil I'd dropped in the aisle. She looked at me for 1 second longer than a pencil requires.
You look tired, Billy.
I'm fine. She turned back around. Ted took the left on Elm. Someone in the back row was throwing balled-up paper. A completely ordinary morning. I looked at the window. Just once. My own reflection in the glass. Normal, mine, the way it's always been. And the handprint. On the outside of the glass. Fresh. at the level of seat 7. 5 spread fingers pressed into the November morning condensation. From the outside, Millhaven, Ohio. 4,000 people. They say nothing happens here twice. But every route has a daytime version and a night version. Same streets, same schedule, same seats. Your seat isn't empty while you're gone. It's just occupied by something that learned your shape.